So, hello and welcome to Lunar Soul Tarot. I'm Ali and I'm glad you're here with me today. If you've seen any of my previous readings, then welcome back. And if you're new to this one, well then welcome to you too. So, and we're starting off, I've got 4 significators here today. And you can choose from more than one if you wish to. But let me run through the basic premise of this. As it's a career spread, we're starting off with the King of Swords. This is the King of Swords from they're all from the Aquarian deck actually. Each suit represents a certain sphere of profession. So with the King of Swords, he's the classic sort of scholar and academic professions. So that would be law, high academia, if you like, and all the classic professions as well. So that will be sort of people who've done classics and all of that area. So if that's the kind of field you're working in, then you might want to go for the King of Swords. So the King of Rods or the King of Wands, here he is. So wands are fire energy, and fire is creativity. So that would be any profession that works within that sort of creative field. So it could be, and it's generally sort of commercial, so it could be advertising, it could be retail, it could be the arts, if you're working on the creative side of the arts. So so that is our King of Rods. The King of Pentacles, as you might imagine, he's the king of, well, he's an earthly energy, and on this one I like in particular because he's got a sort of oxen or whatever over his shoulder, which is quite nice. So it reminds you that the pentacles, as discs, do govern money. So it's the sort of the bankers and the monetary professions of this world, but also those professions connected with the earth. So that's agricultural, it could be ecologists, all that kind of thing. So that's your earth professions. And then finally, we have our King of Cups. And cups are about the sort of caring areas because it's emotional. So so it's professions where you're looking after people or providing care. Now, there are certain areas where you will have crossover, of course. So, for instance, if you're a medical student, that is a classic training or scientific training. So it could be, you could be looking at the King of Swords, you could also be looking at the King of Cups. If you're training to be a surgeon, you might even want to look at the King of Rods. So have a think, and whichever one you're attracted to, if you're not on an actual definitive career path and you're just sort of thinking about jobs in general, then I would go with the one that attracts you the most, or the one that you think might give you the best information. But as I say, you can choose more than one. That's absolutely fine. So I'll let you have a think about that for a sec. And then we will go to the readings and I will talk you through those. So we're going to start with our King of Swords, and I'm going to shuffle. We're still using the Aquarian deck, and I have a second deck on the side just in case we want to clarify or confirm certain points. And we are using a set of 6 questions. So we just, that's great. And I am going to cut my deck. And as I lay the cards out, I will state the question. So I'm going to move this card over here for now because he's our significator. And card number 1 is the present situation. Card number 2 is the main obstacle or what is blocking you. Number 3 is what is positive and or productive and pushes you forward. So card number 4 is what you will gain from this present situation. Oh, I beg your pardon, that's my cat. So I'm gonna take that as some sort of sign because we've just laid the card for what you will gain. So let's see what it says when it turns over. So number 5 is what you want or the issue you have here. And number 6 is what you can do to improve things and move forward. Did I say number 2? I think that was number 6. Anyway, sorry. So here we go. So let's turn the cards over. So first of all, your present situation. And this is rather nice. You've got the 6 of Pentacles. So relating to the present situation, it means you've got a good sort of flow of money coming through. And there's a balance with that. But there's also a link through to the past, from the past to the future. So it's as if, so what you've done in the past has brought you to this present stage. That sounds probably rather too obvious, but it's as if you've been following a very clear path so far, and on a financial level it's remained quite stable. So what is getting in your way or blocking you at the moment is a situation which is at stalemate. So you're feeling restricted, and it's almost like whatever you do, you can't find a way to move forward. So I don't know if there's arguments going on. it's a wand card or rod, so it's sort of communication as well. So it might be communication is blocked or temporarily, or it might be that you can't agree or see the way forward with the rest of your colleagues or the situation. So moving on from that, we are now looking at what is positive about your situation. And again, it's a very good money card. So, and it does sort of suggest that there are financial benefits coming to you as well in the future. So that's very good. And we've got these lovely grapes in the background, and they sort of tell of fertility and what have you. So that's very positive. But I will say, next to this one card, the only thing I will say about it is it might be that you're actually getting bored or a bit stagnant with the situation, even if the money flow is good. So let's have a move on and see what it says below our Six of Pentacles. And that is what you will gain from staying where you are in the future. Well, I would have to say, in this situation, you have a lot to gain because we have the Empress here, and she's all about growth and nurturing and abundance, if you like. So it looks like you have abundance coming to you. And again, with this one. So I think if you're sort of stagnated or frustrated in some way, I think you need something to sort of refresh you and just maybe have a little bit more time for yourself to look after yourself and nurture yourself, so you don't feel like you're being bogged down all the time. So we can have a look here to see what the issue is, or what you need to move forward. So, and here we have the Chariot. So the Chariot is all about moving forward and choosing a particular direction. So, and I'm just looking at my cards and they're not very, bring those up a bit, sorry. So, that's better, good, corrected. So yeah, the Chariot is all about moving away from your particular situation. So that might be relocating. It could be so it might be relocating in terms of office. It might be relocating in terms of where you're gonna practice or work. or it might even be relocating on a personal level. So your home and your personal environment, but it is moving away. And it's about, again, looking at this Empress here, it's about finding a life balance. So you do have a good life balance between your work and your outside life. That's really what I'm getting from this. And I think if there's any sort of stale energy here, which I get from that, that is why, or that's where it comes from. So you need to take time and do move forward and do move out, outwards if you like. But don't do it just for the sake of it, okay? Do it with a purpose, because the Chariot moves with a purpose. So, and it's to create a new and better environment. That's what it's all about. So, and finally, what you might do to move forwards. And we have the Seven of Rods. So for the time being, or in the direct moment, you are going to be treading water, I'm afraid. But you can use that time to plan, to make things better. What the sevens are about is about creating the right balance between sort of heaven and earth. So it works on a spiritual level too. So you can make, you can reconnect with your spiritual side. You can, or just find a nice quiet space to work, to give you sort of 5 minutes to clear your head, and then go back to treading water and making plans for the future. So this card suggests you will move forward soon, and this one says you can't do it right now. So if you can't do it right now, what you need to do is think about what it is you really want and how you're going to create that balance. And I don't think it's about changing your job or your profession. It's not necessarily about changing where you work. It's changing how you work that's going to solve any problems. So let's have a, so financially all good, great, but there are sort of ripples going on here, which are saying you need to get balanced. And I wouldn't say it was a mental situation. I would say it's more getting your work-life balance, so that you can then also pursue other areas that you're interested in. And it looks to me like you do have other things that interest you, and I mean obviously like home and family, but there's other areas of creativity that you, or other areas in creativity that you could pursue that would enhance your life. So, and this would be part of looking after yourself and making that work life, the whole thing, a lot better for yourself. And then when you do that, you will have much more to give after you return from the weekend, go back into the office. So think about that outside time, and think about how you can balance it so you've still got the energy to pursue other areas. So whether that's personal relationships or life, I would say, because there's no water cards here at all. So the suits we've got here are representing money, okay, or your sort of earthly resources, and your creative life. So, and how you spend your recreational time, and you restore yourself and your energy is equally important as anything else. So you have the resources there to do it. You just need to find that balance, and then if you want to, in the future, you can plan into maybe some sort of putting it into a different perspective so that you have more time for creative pursuits. So I hope this has made sense to you and has been of help. So thank you. If you are interested in learning about the tarot, there are some lessons on my channel, so do have a look. And I'm moving on to the second reading, so if you want to listen to the other readings, please do, and if not, I'll see you another time. Thank you for joining me. So welcome to reading 2. We have the King of Rods here. So, and he does govern creative professions. So, and professions of communication. Now, you might have chosen him because you'd be interested in going into creative professions as well. So that's another reason you could maybe look at this. So I'm just going to get these cards shuffled again, and we will start our reading. So I'm putting this card over here to the side, and we are going to there we go, ask 6 questions, and we'll just give it another split again, and those questions are, first of all, about your present situation. Secondly, what the main obstacle or thing is that's holding you back. So that's number 1, that's our present situation. Number 2 is obstacles or what's holding you back. Number 3 is what's productive and is positive about your situation. So number 4 is what you will gain from your present situation. Number 5 is what you want or any sort of further issues you have. And number 6 is what you can do to move forwards. So let's start turning our cards over. And this is our present situation. Okay, so this suggests that you have a choice to make. And the choice is not entirely yours, or you're not quite sure where to go with it yet. So that couldn't be more obvious with the Two of Swords. So what is holding you back from making this choice? Oh, and we have the Devil. So, and the Devil suggests not that your situation is demonic at all, but what the Devil is about is being connected to the earth. Okay, so it's being tied to material things. So the Devil, in a sense, is if you go back in sort of to basic mythology, so Hades in Greek mythology was the god of the underworld. So, and he was the one that helped create the seasons and control what was going on underneath the earth. So you had Zeus above and the devil below. So, and so the devil energy is not always terrifying, but what it does do is it reminds us not to get too tied to practical and earthly energies, material energies. So let's have so let's see what's positive about what's going on. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So that suggests that you're resource-wise, particularly next to this card, you're very stable. Okay, you've built, you've thought about sort of long-term, and you created a situation for yourself which is sort of built on good foundations, and it's nice and clear and stable. That might not be exciting, however, but it does take the sort of pressure off in terms of having to worry about things on a resourceful level. And so, and looking at this, it says that you might have been worried about it, or you might be a little bit too tied to your resources. So it's possible to stand back and just let go of the reins a little bit for a while if you need to. So with this choice, don't let it all be about things of an earthly nature. Think about your, obviously your mental health, your emotional health, and your spirit as well. All that creates balance and gives you, in particular, if we're thinking over a sort of creative field, gives you a much better benefit to work from. And it also stops you becoming stale and fixed, which is not great for creativity. So let's see what you will gain for the future. Oh, and that is lovely. So we have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is known as the wish card. So it says you will get what you wish for. So, but also on an emotional level, 9 is sort of considered to be the complete number. So it's really well balanced on an emotional level, and it will bring about joy. So whatever decision you make, it should bring you about better emotional balance as well. So what you actually want, or the issue you have at the moment. And this is quite interesting because I know we have the Lovers, but actually the Lovers is about choice. So, and it's about contracts. So on a practical level, because sort of it's not necessarily, so if you think about it, if you're thinking of it, it's a number 6, so it's about creating harmony and balance, not just for you but for others as well, and it's about getting the details right. So that's what it's suggesting at the moment. So, and finally, what you can do to move forwards. So we have the Ace of Swords. So, okay. So, and this sort of shouts out, sort of waiting for clarity. So, and I think if you can, sort of let go of the financial implications, because you've got that sorted, okay? And be aware that your mates are always going to be there, your family's going to be there, you haven't got to worry about that. That's all sort of done and secure. So what you really need at this moment is to think about the details and to get some clarity on the situation. So my main thing about sort of this card, which is our Ace of Swords, is objectivity. So, and that's what, if you sort of look at that and that and that and that and that and that, all together, it's staying objective about your situation until you get the answers you want or that you can see, and then you can move forward. But the Ace of Swords is also a card of air, and it suggests that that's going to be happening very shortly. And if it's not happening now, it will be happening very soon. So, so your overall career thing is looking very good. Just make sure you can remain objective and look at those details, and then act on those details. Okay, I hope this has been of help to you, and I would just say, if you are interested in learning about the tarot, there are some tarot lessons in my channel. I put out readings twice a week. So if you're interested in looking at other particular areas, we do a lot of reading about sort of spirit and sort of general messages coming through, but sometimes people want to look at specific areas, and I said that correctly, specific. then do leave me a comment and let me know, because I'm quite happy to be sort of guided into what you want to hear. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me again soon. Or if you want to, stay on and listen to some of the other readings. Thank you. Hi. So welcome to the reading for the King of Pentacles. This is the third reading. And if you were attracted to the King of Pentacles per se, that's because I think you're sort of thinking about earthly energies. And if it was on a professional level, then it's because of that's where your career path lies, in that sort of in the realms of material resources. So, and that could be material as money, or it could be material, it could be selling reels of cotton in John Lewis or something like that. That's a material resource as well, and a very valuable job to us people that like doing dressmaking. So here we go. So I'm going to move your card over to the side here, and yes, we can still see it on the screen. And we're asking 6 questions. So, and the first one is to look at the present situation. The second one is to see what obstacles there are, or what you need to overcome, or what is blocking you. The third one is what is positive about your situation at the moment. So the fourth one is what you will gain in the future from this present situation. The fifth one is what you actually want from the situation. And the sixth one is what you can do to improve it or move forwards. So let's just move those over a little bit. Are they high enough? They're high enough so you can see them. Good. So here's our present situation. And we have the Chariot. So, and the Chariot is about moving forwards and moving away. So Chariot's very much about progress. So, and he's also about communication. And it's quite often about choice as well. So you've got a choice of which direction you can go in. So it might be about relocating. It might be about moving into another area of your profession, or diversifying. It might also be that you're actually moving out to look for a change. So let's see what's going on around you. So we have the Five of Rods. That's quite interesting because that turned up in the first reading in the same place. Probably different cards around it, I'm pretty sure. But what it suggests is you're in a situation of stalemate. There's energy around you which is just stopping you from moving forward. It's like the roadways are clogged, or the trains have been cancelled, or you just cannot move forward for trying. So in which case, and it might be because people can't agree on something, or it might just be that that's the way the land lies. So in which case you're going to have to be patient for a little while until this can be resolved. Let's have a look at what is positive about it. So we have the Five of Pentacles, which generally speaking is not thought of as a positive card. But in this situation, it could be of benefit because we're looking at pentacles or professions that are linked with pentacles and earthly resources, if you like, and it puts you on the outside of it. You might be on the outside of it through choice, or it just might be that that's where you're looking at it from. So, and I would say, I wouldn't say you're isolated, but you're looking at it from a different perspective to everybody else. This could be advantage if you need to have an objective view. What I would say is don't make things harder for yourself or be stubborn if you don't need to be. Okay? So, and don't think that this situation is, you know, don't get sort of introspective or paranoid about it, thinking that this only happens to you, or, you know, it's happening for a reason. So be aware of that. So what you will gain is the Fool. Okay. It gives you, and as I was saying here, you can have an objective view or a different perspective. And what the Fool suggests is, alongside our Chariot, it gives you the chance to look at things completely differently and move out of your present comfort zone. That is not going to happen directly because of what's going on here, but it's the chance for a new beginning, the chance to leap forward, or the classic interpretation is a leap of faith. So just do it. And as I was talking about looking at things objectively, do it on a conscious level. So don't do it for the sake of it. Okay? So I'm saying don't cut off your nose to spite your face. And I get the feeling with like a sort of disgruntled feeling. So if you're moving forward or you're moving away from something, do it when you are ready, okay? Not before. And don't let others sort of get you into a situation where you feel, that's it, I've got to go right now. Don't. That's what I'm saying to you, do not. So just take a deep breath, bide your time, and be aware you have the advantage of being on the fringe of things. So you're not so tied to it as some others are. So let's have a look at what you want, or what you've got to help you with the issue here. So it's about, so you want stability, you want some kind of, and it suggests that you do have some kind of stability here, although the Five of Pentacles is all about motion. So, but you can't have change without motion. That's the reality of it. So just make sure, like I said, that you are prepared and you move when you are ready. So, and if the lights go on green and you're still not revved up and ready to go, well then let the car behind you go in front or whatever, you know. So I'm not saying don't jump, but I'm saying jump when you are ready. So very interesting spread this. So, and let's have a look at what you can do to move forwards. So we have the Tower. So, and the Tower is definitely about change, no doubt about it. And to some it can be sort of quite a sort of devastating card. It doesn't have to be. What it means is it's about changing the way you see things. So, and I very much think that this card here is about that. So, and it might not be an easy change. So, but we have our Chariot here who's ready to move forward and push. So, but it's a necessary change. So, and so if you sort of put your, if you thought you were going to stay in the same situation, or you were quite happy to sort of tug along on an even keel, I think it's now become obvious to you you can't. And yeah, my cat is agreeing with me, thank you. And she's saying, there we go. So she is saying what I am thinking, and that is just make sure you're ready. You've got this opportunity. Things are not ideal at the moment. So bide your time, do be patient, and you will have the chance to move forward and make that leap of faith. But make sure you have that different perspective before you do it. So, and I think part of the success of this moving forward is going to be on how you perceive this. So you don't want to think like you had to do this. You want to think I want to do this, you know, and it will be better, and it is a new way, and it's a bit, and I'm thinking, you know, when it rains really heavily, which we've had quite a lot of recently here in Britain, and unfortunately some people are sort of underwater because of it, which is very sad. But sort of generally after a heavy rain, it feels like it's sort of cleared away and you have a sort of fresh air going through everything. And that's kind of what this motion is all about. So a little bit unstable at the moment, but opening up or ending up with a much better and more positive perspective on things in the future. I think I'm going to just pull another card or two to see what it's saying about what will happen with these cards on the bottom. So let's just go, let's pop another one out for that. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Sorry, my cat is agreeing with me again. And here we go. So we have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is saying exactly what I was saying, that things will work out well in the long run. Just jump, don't be pushed, but make sure you're ready to jump, and you are going to be fine. Fine and dandy. Lovely. So thank you very much. I hope this has been of help to you. As I say, the Five of Rods did turn up in exactly the same position in the first spread, so if you want to have a look at that one, do. Thank you for joining me today. If you can have a look at the other readings if you want to, and if not, I will look forward to seeing you at another time. Cheers. That's it. Now let's go. So, welcome to reading 4. We have the King of Cups as our significator. And this is the King of Cups, it's the King of Water, emotions. So he is, I suppose, he's sort of like the king of his emotions, and he's a family. He's like the head of the family. So, not in the Godfather sense of the way. He's a benevolent man, and he's calm and he's sorted. So, and he needs to be, because what he represents is the caring professions. So I'm going to pop him over here. So, and if you were attracted to the King of Cups, it might be because you want to join or have a career in a caring profession, or you already do. So, in which case you would have chosen him consciously, I suggest. So, first of all, we're going to look at the first card is our present situation, or the present situation for the sitter. The second card is the main obstacle, or the main thing that's stopping you from moving forward. And the third one is what's positive about the situation. The fourth card is what you will gain, or what you might receive from the situation. The fifth card is what you actually want to do, or what you need to push yourself forward. And the sixth card is what you can do to help or promote the situation. So first of all, let's have a look at the present. So, and we have the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is, I suppose, the champion, if you like, of the deck. So he can be slightly ruthless, but it's a good swift energy, and it's about moving forward quickly and dealing with situations with a sort of stealth-like energy. It's almost in opposition to, or the opposite, not in opposition, but the opposite meaning to the King of Cups, because he deals with things in a sort of high-minded and say ruthless. I've already said that, but it's it's certainly not done with a huge amount of compassion. So what is the main obstacle here? So we've got the Eight of Rods. So this to me is about communication. And maybe things are moving too fast for you at the moment. Maybe that's part of why you're here to listen to this reading. So in a sense, it's not an obstacle as such, but it reflects what's going on with the situation. So, and it's about, the 8 is also about perpetual motion. So it's like non-stop. So it's saying that there is a lot of action going on at the moment. It's happening very fast. And it might be, or the feeling I get is that it's kind of, you don't feel like you've got control of the reins. It's all happening too fast. Let's have a look at, here we go. So this is what's positive. Now you might look at the Three of Swords and think, what is positive about that? But and it does suggest, it suggests mental confusion. So on a sort of almost physical level, so much that it kind of hurts. You know, when you get that sort of pain in your solar plexus when something, if somebody's betrayed you, or there's a situation that sort of really affects you and it sort of gets in your gut and knots it up. But because it's in the positive area, I would say that this is being done for a particular reason, and you need a certain break or cut in what's going on for it to come to an end, or for you to be able to make some kind of sense of. It could be that you are taking this too personally, because we are talking about sort of an emotional card here, and you've got the heart there. So, and what the swords are suggesting is this is mental. So it's happening, if you think that way, that is how it's going to happen. So you kind of have to get, use your Eight of Rods, the creative energy, to think that this is a part of a cycle that's happening. So I'm not going to sort of sugar soap it or anything like that, because you can't avoid sometimes feeling hurt or confused. The 3 is all about productivity. So it's the 3 swords producing a mental calamity, if you like, and that's why it's often represented sort of going through the heart. And when you get, because when you get that kind of mental confusion, it actually affects you emotionally and physically too. So let's have a look at what you will gain. So, and again, we've got a sword here. So what this is for, or the purpose of this, is to provide you with clarity, okay? It's to provide you with the mental insight for you to be able to see things clearly and move forward. So this is what it's telling me here. So if things are feeling tricky and you are feeling a little bit out of sorts at the moment, you have my deepest sympathies. But just remember, it is one of those situations which will move on. It's not going to stay as it is, and it's not going to stay as it is for a long time. All right, it's going to take its own natural flow. But the sword energy is air, and you know how quickly the weather can change. Well, that's kind of quite similar to what the swords are. You know, one minute the wind is blowing one way, and the next, you can get up the next morning and it can be blowing in a completely different direction, and you can have a lovely sort of tropical breeze. So do not get yourself too stressed out about this. So what you actually want is, so here we have the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is sometimes called the Dream card, or the Illusion card, if you like, because what it does is it presents you with a lot of different emotional choices, and the Seven is also about balancing heaven and earth. So that's also, so it's about balancing your physical and your spiritual world too. So it's good to have the opportunity for that, but make sure you've got the clarity before you make that choice, okay? So give give yourself time to think, and do not choose out of impulse, is what I'm saying. So choose with a clear head. So, and what you can do to move forwards, and this is a lovely card to end on, okay, because the Emperor is in charge of his whole domain, all right? And so at the moment, you might be feeling like, woo, everything's gone a bit woo. You might sort of have odd daydreams about what you could be doing or what you could have happen. But these cards along the bottom suggest that you will get better choices, and you will get better opportunities too. But you need to wait for clarity. Don't let, if your head is going at 10 to the dozen, stop and think, take a deep breath. Unfortunately, this is not a time to nurture yourself, but it is a time to allow yourself space to think straight, all right? And to then make the right emotional decision and get back in control of your world. So it's kind of an odd reading this, but sometimes life is so busy you can't see the wood for the trees, and then something will happen that will make you stop. And I kind of think that's what this Three of Swords is. It's saying stop, okay? It's not saying stop the world, I want to get off. It's just saying stop and give yourself time to think and see things clearly. With our Ace of Swords here, and that will enable you to make a better choice with your Emperor. So sorry it's kind of a bit up and down, but then it would be with the Eight of Wands rather. So but yeah, things are moving quickly, and in a short time you will have the calmness you need to be able to take back the reins and control your world again. Hope this helped you, and I hope you don't get too run down with work and what have you, but you will end up on top. And what they say is any experience is, in the long run, a good one, because we all learn from it. So thank you very much for your time. I hope this has been of help to you, and I hope you'll join me for another reading sometime. Thank you.